Hello from Plant Reviews. Today we'll talk about one of the best flowers for pollinators, that is Centaurea montana. In particular, this variety is called Amethyst Dream. The Centaurea is a genus of plant from the northern hemisphere. They are spread in Europe and also North America, and they are commonly known as mountain cornflower or bachelor's button. These are perennial plants, rhizomatous, so with a rhizome and herbaceous, and they are also deciduous, so the leaves actually die down in winter and then the plant resprouts in spring. This species, in particular Centaurea montana, it's in the family, like all Centaurea, Asteraceae, so in the daisy family. It is related to sunflower daisies, but especially is related to the annual corn flowers. There are such a common sight, beloved flower in the UK. The Centaurea montana originates from the upper mountain and subalpine areas of Europe. However, it is extremely widely used in British gardens and became established also in the UK, probably through escapees and seeds spread around. It's absolutely, anyway, good for pollinators, so it's one of the invasive plants that still can be somehow useful in the UK. The Centaurea comes, the name Centaurea comes from the myth of the centaur, the half man and half horses mythological figures, because one of the centaurs, called Chiron, was very famous both as a musician but also as very skillful in medicine, and this refers to the fact that Centaurea is also used in Central Europe for medicinal purposes. The other name, the second name, the scientific name Montana, comes in from the name of the mountains because of the habitat that this species in the wild. It grows well in full sun, like in my front garden. However, it can handle partial shade, especially if under light shade or under deciduous trees or shrubs. In this way, it can have enough sunlight until the shrubs or the trees starts putting their own leaves. However, the best exposure definitely is full sun. Also, it's very adaptable. It adapts to different kind of soils, from clay to sand, as long as they are very free draining, because this plant doesn't stand being waterlogged. As an herbaceous perennial, the leaves are greenish grayish, and kind of hairy. The texture is kind of hairy, especially underneath. So it actually is a nice texture if you are a person that likes to touch the foliage of the plants. And the height of the plant is between 40 and 70 centimeters tall, and spread about the same, so maximum 70 centimeters. However, you can increase also the number of plants because it multiplies quickly, and you can divide it every few years, so have some more plants. The flowers is actually not a flower, but like all daisies, like many species in the daisy family, it's a pseudo inflorescence. It is basically the real flowers are a lot of flowers, and they are mostly in the tubular, and they are right in the center of the flower. I try to get a better look from here. Yes, yeah. So as you can see, most of the flowers are tubular and they are in the center, while the flowers at the periphery of the sorry, an ant is on my hand. The flowers at the periphery of the flower have a projection of the corolla that is more lobed and ends up in a fringe, in a fringy margin. The overall appearance is really beautiful. It's very lacy, very elegant, and it's actually a pretty exotic looking flower, even if it's so common. The flower in the buds look a little bit like pineapples. However, the flower itself, once it's full bloom, kind of resemble the thistles. This resemblance is enhanced in the wild species because the wild species is like a lilac blue. Instead, this variety is purple, bright purple. However, there's other varieties, white or red or pink, and there's also some bicolor varieties that have a different color in the outer petals than in the center of the flower. It blooms between May and August, so it's quite a long blooming season, as in many perennials. And again, as I said, it's very sought after by pollinators. It's a plant very rich in nectar. In addition, it's a really beautiful plant to have in the garden, as you can see. And the only drawback I found is that some gardeners found this plant very prone to powdery mildew. Me, I never found any problems with any pests in this plant. However, it is recommended to divide, if your plants are subject to powdery mildew, to divide the plant to improve general air circulation. Centaurea montana can spread around very easily, and it can become quite weedy in habit in some circumstances, so you have to be careful that the plant doesn't override other plants. Well, as you can see, one insect decided to pollinate the flower and is enjoying. Yeah, insects really enjoy these flowers. The plant, as you can see, is very well suited for the front part of the border. I have it indeed in full sun in near my roses and some dianthus. It really enjoys full sun, this plant. Also it can be used also in rockeries because it's very drought resistant. The common name bachelor buttons comes from the fact that the bachelors traditionally were used to insert their flowers in their buttonholes when they were visiting the girls. So this comes from the common name. The other common name, the mountain cornflower, basically gives the indication of the origin of this plant in Europe. So, summarizing for this plant, definitely if you like a pollinator friendly plant to add in your garden, this is absolutely a must. It's a beautiful plant, and the flowers, as you can see, are very elegant and exotic looking, and they are produced for quite a few months. So it is really a plant that I recommend in any pollinator-free, pollinator-friendly garden, not pollinator-free garden. It will attract for sure pollinators indeed, and also is one of the most sought after plants for cottage gardens. That is probably the most common garden in the UK. It's a very traditional plant in cottage gardens. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, please give us a thumbs down. And also I would love to have your comments to know what you think about my videos, and if you like this video and my other videos, it would be great if you can please subscribe to my channel. And I hope that you find this video useful, and I will see you next time with some more flowers in the garden of England where I live. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye.